an important concept in stereochemistry is what's called chirality. And chirality is actually related to handedness. Let's draw these two terms because they are extremely important to us as chemists. So chirality, therefore, and of course, chirality is related to handedness. And why is it called handedness? You look at the human hand, for example. If you put the human hand in front of a mirror, you will not actually see this hand, but you will see the other hand. So it's like a mirror which divides these two hands. So it's like the human hands are actually mirror images with each other. It's like if you place a mirror in between, you will get the mirror image of the other. For example, if you put your right hand in front of a mirror, you actually get the left hand. If you put the left hand in front of a mirror, you actually get the right hand. When you look at yourself in front of a mirror, you don't actually see yourself. You actually see the mirror image of yourself. So the right hand, therefore, is a mirror image of the left hand and vice versa. If you try also, which is very interesting, if you try to place your hands in such a way that they completely coincide with each other, that will not be possible. So we cannot, in other words, as described in chemistry, we cannot superimpose them on each other. So there are mirror images, these hands, the human hands, which cannot be superimposed on each other no matter what you do. The same thing applies, of course, to the human feet. If you try to superimpose foot on each other, just like the hands, that will not be possible. So again, feet are mirror images with each other. Now, this is called chirality. In other words, if you take the human hand also and you try to place a line either vertically or horizontally, you will not be able, as a result, to get two mirror images on the human hand itself. Now, that line, whether it's vertical or horizontal, is called a plane of symmetry. The human hand is chiral. The human hand is chiral. This is a hand, and therefore it is chiral. That's because we cannot draw a line either vertically or horizontally so that we get mirror images on either side of that line. And that line is called, if you like, a mirror plane, or better, as a plane of symmetry. So the human hand does not have a plane of symmetry. Therefore, it's handed, if you like, or chiral. The human hand is chiral because it lacks a plane of symmetry. It does not have a plane of symmetry. So one cause of chirality, therefore, is absence of a plane of symmetry. Basically, a line, again, that cuts, if you like, an object in two halves, which are mirror images of each other. Of course, the human hands are mirror images of each other, but the hand itself is not, does not have a plane of symmetry. Therefore, it is chiral. So that's what, or handed, if you like. So that's one cause of chirality, is absence of a plane of symmetry. If you take a mug, for example, and you try to draw a line either vertically or horizontally, in order to draw basically a plane of symmetry, you will not be able to do that. Therefore, the mug, this coffee mug, is actually chiral because it does not have a plane of symmetry. If you take this bottle of water and you try to draw a line either vertically or horizontally, actually you will be able to draw a vertical line which cuts this bottle into two halves, if you like, which are mirror images of each other. Therefore, this water bottle has a plane of symmetry. Therefore, this is not chiral. Anything that's not chiral, or an object that's not chiral, can be described as achiral. of course not chiral, or achiral. A means not, obviously. If you take, for example, the whiteboard eraser, and you try to see if you can draw a line either vertically or horizontally so that you can get mirror images. Yes, we can, of course, if you draw a line vertically like that, or even horizontally as the way it's shown now, we can get two mirror images of each other. Now, therefore, the whiteboard eraser, this whiteboard eraser has a plane of symmetry, therefore it is achiral. Now, any object basically, or any structure which has a plane of symmetry is not chiral or achiral. Any object or any structure which does not have a plane of symmetry is actually chiral. So if there is a plane of symmetry, or if you like, if a structure has a plane of symmetry, therefore it is achiral or not chiral. This is very important. Now, of course, chirality is very important not only in chemistry as a science, but also to us as human beings. Yeah, the DNA is actually chiral. The receptors in enzymes are also chiral. If you take, for example, mirror images of a certain molecule, and if a drug is most drugs actually are very specific. In other words, they have very specific stereochemistry or very specific chirality. If, for example, a patient is prescribed the wrong stereoisomer, if you like, or the mirror image of the correct mirror image of the desired drug, then that can result actually not only in side effects but in serious problems. This suggests that enzymes or receptors in enzymes are actually chiral. They are very specific to certain molecules with specific stereochemistry. So stereochemistry or chirality is actually very, very important. Again, the DNA is chiral. Receptors are actually in enzymes are actually chiral. So it's very relevant to us, not only to chemical structures but also to human beings. So chirality, therefore, is very, very important. One cause of chirality is absence of a plane of symmetry. Any object or any structure that has a plane of symmetry is not chiral or achiral. Any structure or object which does not have a plane of symmetry is chiral. The human hand is an example of a chiral object, if you like. The human hand is object. If you like, the human head, the way it's shown, can have also a plane of symmetry, so therefore it is achiral. So any object, any structure which does not have a plane of symmetry is chiral. Otherwise, it is not chiral or achiral.